those things that we cannot afford to lose. Thankfully, we at the Colchester School have assembled a crack team of elite orators for that very purpose. Don Credit is our main speaker, and we should think ourselves lucky for it. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is a true artist with words, a lexical Michelangelo, whose mission it is to impart true wisdom with golden eloquence. Flanking me is Joshua Jackson, our vote of thanks, who is known far and wide for his silver tongue and his eventual ambition to talk his way into the House of Commons. Now there are, in this world, two fundamental conceptions of human behaviour. The first is, Christian and humane, declaring life and the individual to be utterly sacrosanct. The other is a worldview of pure selfishness, ruling that the only things that truly matter are the enjoyment and pleasure of the individual. Here exists no duty to care for others, only the sole cold desire. The end justifies the means. The key to distinguishing between these two radically different philosophies is compassion. That selfless love, given not because it might in some way benefit us, because it is in itself utterly right to give. If we as a society ever lose sight of this cornerstone of our Western civilization, then truly we become lost, doomed forever to wander in endless, soulless self-gratification. And I ask you, what can be more emblematic of this crippling selfishness than we standing idly by as another precious endangered species passes away into nothingness? For I warn you, that which has been lost cannot be regained. The time has come to sound forth the clarion call for compassion, both for the animals around us and for our fellow man. But this call is not mine to make. That task I need one more eloquent than I could ever hope to be. So without further ado, our main speaker, Tom.
Raise your hand if you care about the pangolin. Now raise your hand if you even know what one is. And that, thank you, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem. The pangolin is a mammal. Imagine a cross between an anteater and an armadillo. Think if a pine cone became the size of a house cat, walked on its hind legs, and was covered in medieval armour. The pangolin is the most trafficked animal on Earth. Every year, over 100,000 of them are killed. At this point, you probably have two questions. Why is this done, and why should I care? Firstly, pangolins are hunted for a variety of reasons. The largest is that there's a very traditional belief in Vietnamese and Chinese medicine that pangolin scales balance the throat chakra and the root chakra. Now, I don't know about you, but if an animal is destined to be ground up in a mortar and pestle and snorted, I'd at least like it to be recommended by the NHS. One should also note that, supposedly, pangolin blood is a potent aphrodisiac. Yes, you heard me correctly. In some parts of this world, pangolin blood is more popular than Viagra. The other reason they're hunted is for food. But they aren't eaten the same way you or I would eat a cow or a pig. They're a delicacy. They're taken to the table alive. Their throat is slit there for freshness. The body is grilled and added to a soup, and the blood is mixed with the wine to improve the diner's virility. There's no medical basis to this. It is a fallacy and a waste of life. But the really important question, why care? It's a very good point. There are more zeros on the national debt at the moment than there are on an episode of Celebrity Big Brother. The Eurozone is looking shakier than a Kardashian marriage. And there is this small business about the world getting too hot and making the expression sink or swim far too little for anybody's liking. Well, between all these apocalypses, to ourselves, to our bank accounts, when you start looking after artichokes' legs? Yes. No man's enough. We all know this fact. I think it's wrong. No being is enough. Here is a creature, an innocent creature. Pangolins just want to climb trees, dig holes and protect their young. They don't care about who owes who money or why this person hates that person. It just wants to live and breathe and flourish. Who are we to take that away from them? Doing what we do is a great moral evil. We are at a crossroads as a society. Do we help others or only care about ourselves? It would be easy to look away, to focus on the rigmarole of day-to-day life, the daily grind. focusing on what we want just to keep the cycle going ad infinitum. What does that achieve? Ladies and gentlemen, when we go, no amount of money can stop nature. We're destined to leave it all behind. So in that scope, the largest scope a human can envision, what really matters? Love. Love and life and compassion. If we can't show selfless love in saving a species from ceasing to be, how can we help those we hate? Those who need help the most? Those of our own kind who need help the most? If we lose another branch of the tree of life, then we're all the worse off. Because this world can be a dark, dark place. A dark place full of fear and danger. But it's not all bad. Because there is kindness, there is love in this world. And as long as there's kindness and then there's love, then there's hope. You don't have to give up on the pangolin just because it's some obscure insectivore around the other side of the world. As long as we care, then there is hope. Even if morality plays no part in conservation, it's hard to stress just how important it is we save the pangolin. Every year, the pangolin eats, on an individual basis, 70 million wind turbines. 70 million. Ecosystems are always, and have always been, finely tuned. Can you imagine how many billions more pests there would be if the pangolins were to go? Because I can tell you, we wrote to the WWF on this. The day the pangolins go, there will be an immediate, abrupt, large-scale famine in the animal kingdom. Plant matter will just go on such a large scale. Thousands of species, from fruit bats to white rhinos, they will disappear. There will be no food, and we can't do anything about it. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the pangolin is so important. We don't get anything. All it does is it saves lives. So, one last thing before I go. Raise your hand if you care about the pangolin. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I think you have to have a heart of stone not to be moved by that. Now we please proceed to the question.
I've never heard of the pangolin. But I do know about compassion and love and looking at all the issues that you raised. So if you had a magic wand, how would you use it? Not just to save a pangolin.
That's actually a surprisingly simple question. I just want people to stop caring on a self level. We're all a body. Again, no man's mind. You, me, everybody, we're all part of this one greater whole. The entire world is just one big web. We have to help everyone. We have to help animals, plants, whether it's a fly, whether it's a tiger, whether it's an elephant, whether it's people on the street. My wish would be for everybody just to stop caring about their immediate gratification. Look in the long term, look to their children, look to the world around them, and just try and make a difference.
Thank you, Tom. I think that answer was more than adequate. We now hear from our vote thanks, Joshua Jackson.
Compassion separates human beings from any other creature in the universe. It allows us to feel another's pain. Yet true compassion requires us to be moved by what we feel. And I certainly feel that our speaker moved us tonight. So once again, I would like to invite you, the audience, to give him yet another massive round of applause. In showing our appreciation, we should recognise why the speaker chose to convey how vital it is to save creatures like the pangolin. He said how the day we lose another branch of the great tree of life, then we were all the worse off. This was made even more potent as his referencing of how society is at a crossroads, whilst highlighting that helping the pangolin is helping ourselves. Mentioning how the world is a dark place, full of danger, is how in Speaker's World, and I believe his answering for question highlighted this, it's kindness that will save us. And until we extend the circle of compassion to include all living things, we will not find peace. Now, of course, I wouldn't want our throat chakras and our root chakras to be thrown into chaos along with our desire to reproduce, yet somehow the thought of devouring the blood of a living pinecone doesn't exactly put me in the thralls of passion. In truth, what we should thank the speaker for is his insistence on love, life, and compassion. These things bind us to one another, not in pity or patronizingly, yet as creatures who have learned to turn their common suffering into hope for the future. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive, nor will the pangolin. Once again, please express thanks to the speaker.
It now falls to me to close this meeting with some prayer. And I'd just like to extend our sincere thanks to the Rotary Club for giving up their time this evening and to the Rotary Club for hosting the entire event. I must admit, it's a new experience for me. I'm usually the only grim in the room, so to have another one of us here is really quite odd. I can only wish that we can do this once again, perhaps at an earlier hour. And I'd just like to wish you a safe journey home, and for all the other teams who gave their absolute all, best of luck. Thank you.